is basically a powerful decision and management platform that streamline decision authorizing and editing with the enterprise grade features like traceability, simulation, versioning, and auditing. It helps the organizations to build precise decisions and also helps the businesses to respond to the real-time data by applying automated and intelligent decisions. It helps to externally develop and manage the decision logic of the application code. It easily incorporates the machine learning insights to build more intelligent, effective decisions without even gauging at the granular level of the application code. It has the capabilities to detect and adapt quickly to the market with the ever changing market demands, customer preferences, and experiences, trends, regulations, and competitiveness. It's very important to be at scale with the speed. So, the operational decision manager helps to implement the decisions rapidly. With these capabilities, organizations are now capable to be more responsive, more efficient, and also transparent in the decision making process. The main purpose of ODM is to automate and manage the business decisions and helps the businesses to run faster, consistently, and at scale. It also improves the efficiency, manage the compliances, and improves the operational agility. So let's explore one of the demonstrations where we have covered a banking application. There we have certain parameters which we call it as business rules, which are determined by the requests, and then based on the eligibility criteria and validations, the decisions are made. So this is driven by the application rules, business logic, and decision management. So here, if we see, we have applicants which are requesting the loan applications. So once they initiate the loan application, it will go to the rule engine where it will determine the different validations based on the age, term, income cap, and amount. And once the validations are through, accordingly, it will result into the decision. And based on that, the results are derived whether the loans are approved or declined. So let's see how it goes with ODM. So for this demonstration, we are primarily using two products. Here we have ODM, which is an Eclipse-based IDE, where we have explored the Rule Explorer as a perspective, and there it has derived the mini loan demo criteria for the application that we have fed into the rule engine. So based on the condition within our application, it has created the rules, and under the rules we have different validations. So here in that code, we have the validation that is primarily based on the age criteria. So with that, it has created the maximum age requirement and the minimum age requirement within that application. So now the other product that we will be using is wherein we are invoking the transaction that interacts with the COBOL application and drives the uh, validation criteria, and then list out the different existing validation rules that we have within our application. So let's invoke the transaction. So here we have our CICS transaction server, wherein we are using an emulator to invoke that transaction. So now it has listed out the different validation rules that we have within our application. So if you see the first and the third rule is beyond the acceptable age criteria limit, hence the approval status is false. And then we have the customer 2, wherein that is matching the criteria and the approval is obtained for that particular validation. So now we can see how easily we can view these business rules. To access that, we can just simply use a web interface portal, which is within our ODM. So here we can see that we are using web interface to explore our mini demo application, and there it has these branches and wherein it has showed us the validations that it has under that application. So if we click on that, it will take us through the different criteria that we have within the validation. So we have maximum age requirement and the minimum age requirement. To see exactly what is the maximum age requirement, we can simply click on that and see the age that is applicable for the maximum range to be eligible for the loan application. Accordingly, we can look into the minimum age criteria also. So now you can see like how simple is to view the business logics that are associated to our application without even looking into the application code and understanding the language of that application. So it just not let us to view the rules, but also give us the provision to change those rules as well. So for example, if we want to change the criteria within the maximum age requirement, we can simply click on that. Here we have an icon which will help us to edit this rule. So for example, now it is 65. So if you recollect, the validation with the third customer was the customer was of age 85, and he was not eligible for the loan. So now we will change this to 85 and see whether after deploying these changes the customer is eligible or not. So here we will just change the age and then we will use this icon to save our changes. This gives us the wizard to create a version also. So we will, and then we can also add a message to the revision history through these panels, which can be further viewed by the reviewer. So we can create a new version here. Also, we have different parameters that we can add within the rule. Let's explore that as well. So we can also specify the rule within the effective date and the expiration date range also. Like, for example, we want to specify the change rule to be implemented during a certain duration. We have the provision to do that. Then we have the provision to do the overridden of the rules also. So let's go back. Now you can see we have already changed our range criteria for the maximum age range. Then we can just go on to the deployment. So for to access the deployment, we just need to simply click on this icon, which showcase the deploy options. So here we have different target servers. So we have local repository, which is the local rule execution server. Then we have ODM, that is the zOS rule execution server. So here with this we have the provision to deploy our changes to the multiple production systems. So let's deploy it. So here it gives us a message that the deployment has been started, and the status of the deployment can be checked into the reports. So initially you will see a triangular status which will state that it is under the progress, and once the deployment is complete, it will be marked as a circle tick. And also we are having a message here which is showing it is working and there is some time that is needed to complete the deployment. So let's wait until the deployment is completed. So now the status is updated with the circle tick which states that the deployment is completed. So now let's explore to rerun the transaction and see whether the changes are implemented. Let's invoke the same transaction. And now we can see the change updated age is now eligible and the customer 3 is falling under the approval status as true. So now we have seen that how a rule change can be made using the decision center that is suited for both technical and business users in the real world scenario. And the rules, and even if the rules and changes, if they are very complex, but that then the process would be just that simple with the operational decision manager.